Here are, these ones didn't do too well, but these three are doing beautiful. And I've put up a little plastic trellis for when they start climbing. Now, I don't know if I showed you before, but I topped all of these tomato plants because they were growing almost as tall as I am. This is my shoulder height right here. But by taking off, see this growth right here? Yeah, there's buds on it. You might want to, there's potential of buds, you might want to leave it. But all that is doing is taking away, I should have brought my scissors, from the growth of these tomatoes. So I just, every once in a while, I see some useless growth and I break it off. But be prepared not to, be prepared not to tear them down, because this will wreck the bark. So you have to break them and go pull up if you don't have scissors on you. And this is just how much they've grown in a week. See, this one has tomatoes on it, so I'm just going to take off the sucker branches that will steal nutrients from the growing tomatoes. This is something I've never done before, and I realized there was so much growth going in to the plant itself and not into the tomatoes that I just started pruning. Here are my pole beans. They're just starting to come into flower. I'll tuck you in there, baby. As you are reaching, this little guy's reaching, so I'm just going to tuck him in there. Try and keep them from... So I've got more beans coming when these finish flowering. See, folks, I don't want tons and tons of green tomatoes. I want lots of ripe beefsteak tomatoes. So they kind of look desperate, but the way they're growing is just, look at this. You know, the way they're growing is just insane. It also keeps them neat and tidy. Now, I should have a bucket over here. Yes, I do. Let me put my bean bucket down. Howie put under the downspout. Howie put that bucket under the downspout. I have to water those beans because the rain doesn't actually hit them at their roots. So I'm just going to throw this bucket on them and I'll be back. The birds have been at my black currants, but there's still plenty. Very plenty. I have to use 2 hands for this, folks. I'm just showing you that I'm gathering them, and they go in the freezer until I have enough to make jelly. There's not a lot of black currants, but there's more coming, and these will, there's almost enough there for 1 batch of jelly. Pears are doing really well. So what if they're a bit spotty? But they're doing amazing. Doing amazing. Howie's cut all the weeds down, and now our daylilies are in bloom. Look at my turnips, folks. Look at my rutabagas. Get in here, it's like a jungle. Look at them. Coming up beautiful. And I'm picking beans. Might be probably my second to last one, but we're still producing, so that's a good thing. Closer look, because wow, look at the blossoms in here. Oh, there's a baby cucumber. There's a baby cucumber. I always eat the first little one. Nothing ready yet. Another week, and I'll be making pickles. That's not bad. That's probably going to go over my half-gallon jar of dehydrated beans. And there is a full half-gallon jar of dehydrated beans. And my pole beans are still coming on. Yay! I might get one more small picking out of the garden. But first harvest to go in the pantry from the garden. This is at least 8 side dishes or 16 additions to soups, stews, casseroles, and chicken and rice. So that is a nice haul, especially when I'm going to add it with other dried vegetables. This is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, don't you just love putting stuff in the pantry that you raised yourself? It makes a whole big difference, not just in your nutrition, but in your self-esteem. Take care, God bless.